For most of human history, people have traveled to attend important cultural events. From the Olympic Games that attracted over 50,000 travelers in ancient Greece, to modern music festivals with hundreds of thousands of visitors, events powerfully motivate and entice travelers. The COVID-19 pandemic proved that, although some events can be held online, people crave real-life interactions and the sense of community that can only be experienced live. So events like concerts, business conferences, festivals, sport matches, and any number of thematic gatherings have a huge impact on travel patterns and traffic that industry players must take into account. Today, we will talk about the importance of events economy in the travel industry. An event is any situation that exists outside of the normal routine. There are 4 types of tourism events. First are business events. Attending conferences and other external industry events is one of the main purposes of corporate travel. Such events exist in every industry, but they're usually held in key cities, such as Paris, New York, Singapore, or Dubai, which is a great draw for many of the participants. This type of tourism is also called MICE tourism, which is an acronym for meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions. Such events are typically held in hotel conference rooms and convention centers. And for many lodging businesses, MICE tourism generates tons of profit. Sporting events make up another category. The Olympics, the Tour de France, or the Super Bowl bring in large groups of spectators and media. They are typically held in specialized venues, some of which are purpose-built and generate profit not only through tickets, but also through sales of merchandise, food and drink, and sometimes accommodations. This is why big-time sporting events are very important for regional development. The third type of event is recreational, often held outdoors. These are events where people come to dine, stroll around, and of course, buy souvenirs. They can be small and local like fun runs, county fairs, and Christmas markets, or large complex festivals that last several days, such as Oktoberfest or Mardi Gras in New Orleans. There can be free or ticketed entry, and depending on how popular or culturally significant the event is, there may be hundreds of thousands of attendees. The fourth type of event offers entertainment. Music festivals, concerts, plays, and fan conventions can take place in arenas, stadiums, concert venues, or even outdoors. They usually cover a lot of space and have a stage and viewing area, in addition to food and merchandise stalls, and perhaps accommodations. Large, popular events tied to a location like Sziget Festival in Budapest or San Diego Comic-Con have a massive impact on the destination's worldwide reputation and elevate its tourist potential. At the same time, smaller events and fairs make the destination more attractive to people arriving in low season. Yes, event tourism is associated with a significant positive impact on the local economy. After hosting the FIFA World Cup 2022, Qatar has reported an increase in GDP. Retail and hospitality sectors experienced the biggest rise as tourists visited malls, cafes, and restaurants, and occupied hotels during the final months of 2022. Events help attract guests to a region that doesn't get a lot of tourist traffic, especially during off-peak seasons. Events are often catalysts to regional development, making it a better place to live and invest in. Big events normally employ hundreds to thousands of people, increasing revenues and job opportunities for residents. And overall, events encourage the positive image of a location and are an important part of tourism marketing and community pride. For example, the Spanish festival La Tomatina, held in the small town of Beñal, attracts 40,000 locals and tourists every year for the massive tomato fight on the town streets. But since Beñal can't accommodate all of these guests, many of them stay in Valencia, one of the largest cities in Spain, and adjoining towns. This way, La Tomatina promotes tourism in the whole region. The famed Oktoberfest has spread over the borders of Munich, where the tradition began, with similar celebrations now in Stuttgart, Berlin, Cologne, and many other German cities. By allowing tourists to enjoy the authentic festivals all over Germany, Oktoberfests and Germany's popularity have had a massive boost. So, all types of businesses across the region benefit from the event, not only by taking part in its organization and support, but also by serving attendees. Let's talk about some of the ways local businesses use events to increase profits. Recently, hotel prices in American cities like Nashville, Minneapolis, and Tampa spiked to over $1,000 a night for the Taylor Swift tour.
Typical Swiftie will spend about $1,300 per night.
For several nights, the stadiums were filled to the brim with fans, many of whom weren't locals, creating a sky-high demand for accommodations. It's not unusual for hotels or vacation rentals to change prices based on demand. Off-season, businesses lower their fares, struggling to keep full capacity. In the high season, rooms get more expensive with an influx of guests. Considering demand as a revenue manager's job, they look at different factors, including season, weather, competitors' prices, or upcoming events, and calculate what prices people are willing to pay for what rooms and in what time period. If this is a location's regular event, like the St. Patrick's Day Parade in New York or the Formula One Monaco Grand Prix, revenue managers can look at past booking data and foresee a current year's demand. But if this is the first time a concert of scale is happening or a festival is finally returning after the pandemic, the demand is nearly impossible to predict. So, machine learning methods and specifically predictive analytics are used to look at all those details and generate insights on how they will impact demand this time. Another thing hotels do before an event is review their cancellation policy. Permitting free cancellation may encourage people to book before they secure event tickets. Unfortunately, this can result in losing sales, so it helps to change the cancellation policy to non-refundable or partially refundable. Either way, high demand will ensure guests are prepared to pay upfront. Since lodging is an important aspect of hosting an event, many organizers choose to partner with specific hotels or accommodation booking agencies to help guests book rooms directly through the event's website. Partner hotels are typically located in close proximity to the venue, have rooms reserved for event guests, and even have special prices. A similar model works for events that are held in hotels. Conferences and conventions organizers team up with hotels that have venues and catering, allowing attendees to spend more time enjoying the event and networking and less time commuting. Also, sometimes guests can purchase room and ticket packages that have special perks, like a better view or complimentary beverages at the event. Events are also often offered as part of a tour. Many tourists come to certain destinations at a specific time of year for a unique cultural experience or to visit a famous event. Event tours can be either fully packaged, covering flights, hotels, and transport in addition to the event ticket, or smaller local excursions, where a guide that speaks your language helps you get the fullest experience. Tours, which generally take the hassle out of travel, are often provided for groups, so travelers can enjoy the festivities in the company of like-minded people without worrying about tickets, transport, meals, or accommodation. Tours also tend to enrich the event experience, perhaps by viewing the festival from a boat cruising the canal or exploring the historic aspect of a holiday. Just like official event hotels, events can have official tour operators. Instead of looking for a tour on booking websites, guests can use a pre-approved company and have more confidence about the quality of service. Such an approach helps involve more local businesses in the event organization. When communities bring their perspective, expertise, and culture to share with attendees, event tourism thrives and leads to economic growth. But it's not always that simple. There's certainly room to grow when it comes to event management. Tourist concentration in an event area is associated with noise and littering. This leads to animosity towards tourists from residents, which impacts their perception and experience of the event. Another problem is price gouging. Even a full year before the event, hotel prices can spike astronomically for those dates. Moreover, hotels are known to cancel bookings made months ago and sell those rooms again for much higher prices as demand rises. Unfortunately, such tourism spikes did not always lead to an economic surge. While the World Cup or F1 Grand Prix are known to generate regional profits, average concerts or festivals don't normally lead to huge investments. It's important to be mindful of these challenges and foster a healthy environment where eventgoers, residents, and businesses can thrive together, instead of cashing in on one another. Let us know if you found this topic interesting and what other aspects of the travel business you want us to explore. As always, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. See you soon!